Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Formidine Rift mystery, or to be more specific, I'm going to read about it. Now, as you may or may not know, there are a number of settlements that have been located out there in the depths of space, in 3 different distinct areas that are tens of thousands of light years away from inhabited space. Now, the Formidine Rift mystery is perhaps one of the largest of the mysteries within the Elite Dangerous universe, and even its nature is totally unknown. No one really knows what the Formidine Rift mystery is all about, but what we do know is that back during the game year 3270, there was some seeming Black Ops expeditions out there to these 3 distinct regions, and there they set up various bases, and they seem to have a very distinct agenda. Little is known about that. What we have found is that these bases contained various messages. In previous videos, I've visited some of the bases within the Formidine Rift itself and discovered and read out the messages located there. Now, as these bases are situated so far apart from each other and situated so far away from human inhabited space, it's unlikely that everyone is going to read each of these messages. So, with that in mind, I'm going to read here today the messages found out in the Conflux. These each should eventually form a part of the tapestry that weaves the story of the Formidine Rift. Now, do keep in mind that if you want to go and find these messages for yourself, then you may want to end the video here, because the rest of it will contain spoilers of what is found at those locations. Now, unfortunately, I haven't visited each of the bases myself, so I can't show you footage from them, but what I can do is show you what the messages there say. So, first off then, let's have a look at where these locations actually are at. Here is our galaxy, here is Sol. Now, the 3 locations are the Conflux, Hawkins Gap, and the Formidine Rift. Today we're going to head to the Conflux and read the messages located there. The Conflux contains 4 separate bases: the Alpha Site, the Beta Site, the Gamma Site, as well as the Delta Site. Now, before I go ahead and read these messages, do remember that this is a few years ago and it was before the advent of modern warp technology. So travelling to these distances, these 10,000 light years away or so, would have taken many months rather than the mere hours that it currently takes. The first base then is the Alpha Site. The first message dated the 21st of August 3270. So, we've hauled arse right out into unexplored territory, heading corewards. Doubt anyone has been this far before. Star density is rising fast. The galaxy looks pretty amazing from this vantage point. We've been tasked with dropping off these beacons. New tech, it would seem. Looks like a long-range comm stuff to me, but I'm no expert. Can't see why anyone would want a beacon this far out. Reckon I've figured it. We're dropping these beacons around Earth-like worlds. Can't be a coincidence. I guess it's some kind of long-term planning by someone. Not sure who's playing for this gig. Best not ask too many questions. They're paying a proper wedge. Well, we're done. Dropped off the last beacon today. It's going to be a long old trip back to the core worlds, with thousands of light years out. Kind of wish we could keep going all the way to the core. Guess someone else will have that little bit of glory. The next messages are from the Beta Site, dated the 30th of August 3270. Signed on for this one as I had the exploration bug, but we're just jumping and jumping. We're not staying in systems to survey, just refueling as fast as we can, and then it's back into witch space. We're spending more time there than in real space. Someone is in a hurry. Reminds me of what my father told me about witch space. It's haunted. There's weird lights, shifting clouds, who knows what they are. Makes you wonder whether we should be out here at all. So much stuff we just don't understand. Witch space is different out here. There's something odd. Those lights we were seeing less frequently now, but they seem to be hanging around almost as if they're following us. Maybe I'm going nuts. Witch space once again. We're almost at our destination in the Conflux area now. And that's odd. Looks like... Can't be. You can't be interdicted in witch space. That's impossible. We're back in normal space now. Systems offline. No power. What in Rondomius is that? From the Gamma Site, again with the same date, 30th of August 3270. I'm just a navigator on board this ship. Never flown an Anaconda before. but it's quite a beast. This one is stripped right down, just cargo space and jump capability. Nothing else. We had an escort to the edge of inhabited space, but our destination is right out there. Thousands of light years. Fortunately, the ship has behaved itself. We've passed countless systems, but we're not stopping to survey anything. I've just been asked to plot on as fast as we can go. We're aiming for a zone known as the Conflux. It's sure a long way out. Can't help wondering why we're doing this. So we're here now. Took us 5 months to reach this part of the galaxy. A team of hired spacers are out there now, dropping off some kind of cargo. Looks like beacons from what I can see, but some guy in uniform came and switched off the scanner. Best not to ask too many questions. Might not be wise logging this, to be honest. Finally on our way back home again. Just dropped off whatever it was, turned about and started back. 5 months out. Probably 5 months back again. Managed a quick scan of the site when no one was looking. Definitely beacons. Why anyone would want a beacon right out here in the void is beyond me. But that's not my problem. And finally, the messages from the Delta site. I'm just the engineer on this particular jaunt. I was advised to prep the ship for a seriously long haul into the void, so I'm loaded up with as many hyperdrive spares as I can cram in. When asked why, the captain just responded with, "Don't ask." It's putting a strain on the ship, that I can tell you. I've asked for some downtime so I can run some maintenance, but the captain says we have to hit a schedule. What can be so important 1,000 light years from nearest inhabited planet, I cannot say. But we're in a mighty rush. I warned them. We blew the hyperdrive inhibitor core jumping in today. Caused a right mess down here. Lots of collateral damage. Scanners are offline and the main generator is running hot. Can't figure out why. Looks like we're in empty space. But the heat is fierce. We figured it out. Gravity. We dropped out near a neutron star. Can't see it, but we can feel it. The ship is cooking around us. No way we can jump out before it gets us. We're being pulled in. And the odds are even as to whether the heat, gravity or magnetism kills us first. We're jettisoning the logs. If anyone ever finds this, save yourselves. Beware the neutron star. So there is, of course, a common theme spread throughout these messages through the Conflux and through both the Hawkins Gap as well as the Formidine Rift itself, and that is the deployment of beacons out here. What these beacons are doing is anyone's guess. Are they triangulating towards Sol itself? Most of these systems are kind of separated around there, as you saw on the map early on. If you were to draw lines from the Conflux to the Hawkins Gap, down to the Formidine Rift and then back up to the Conflux again, you'd find that more or less Sol is in the centre of that. But is it perhaps there's something more specific to each of these regions themselves? Of course, there's always the talk of the lights in which space being the tunnel between hyperspace. And then there's the interdictions we often hear about, these which pilots are now experiencing for themselves near inhabited space by the alien stranger ships. So, whilst all of this is still certainly a mystery, there's a few things that we do know. We do know there was what appears to be a black ops out here in these various regions. We do know that they deployed beacons out here. We also know that all the settlements have now been discovered, there's no more out here hidden away, and we do know that aliens do exist and they are indeed interdicting people. So, where is all of this heading? Well, it is a mystery indeed, isn't it? No one seems to know. But if I were to place bets, I'd lay odds on that we will find out sooner rather than later. And just maybe, it's going to be a mystery that doesn't have a particularly friendly answer. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.